The Nikon ZR is the new camera on the block, and one of its biggest questions is filming in H.265. Is it actually any good, or is it one big smudgy old mess? What's up? My name's Royce, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things film and tech. And today, I'm not wasting your time. We're talking about H.265 with the Nikon ZR. Is it good? I say absolutely yes. It is good. I'm not here for the views. I'm not trying to string you along for the whole video. H.265 on the Nikon ZR is good. Do not listen to those initial reviews saying H.265 is unusable in this camera, because it is absolutely not true. As soon as I got this camera, that's the first thing I tested, because to me, that's what makes the Nikon ZR so important. At the price point that it comes in and all the different codecs that it can film in, you can shoot in all the RAWs, or with that H.265 or even H.264, you can get that more compressed image for those smaller file sizes, for projects that aren't as big where you don't need RAW. So hearing early reviews saying H.265 was practically unusable or not good to look at, that really hurt, because that, I feel like, was what made this camera so unique. And that's why I'm so glad I didn't listen to those initial reviews. I kind of went with my initial hunch thinking like, I don't believe you, and got it anyway. It's not just good, it's really good. I am shooting in H.265 right now in this video. So you can already tell if you're watching this and you think this looks pretty decent, especially for a YouTube deliverable, then there's your answer. Yes, it's a little bit softer than shooting RAW. Absolutely. Of course it's gonna be. But for what most people are going to use it for, it's perfectly fine. And just to do some further tests, I took my kids to a pumpkin patch, really harsh lighting, different lighting conditions there. I wanted to see how the footage would hold up in H.265. So I just want to show you guys that footage so you could judge for yourself. And just so you know, all the footage you're about to see was shot in H.265 10-bit in N-Log. And all I did was throw on the red N-Log film bias LUT that I downloaded from Nikon. No other grade has been done, nothing else. I literally threw the LUT on, put it in my timeline. So check that out. Let me know what you guys think. And just to compare, I did do a shot, one in H.265 10-bit and in Red RAW, just to kind of see the difference here. And again, honestly, in my opinion, the difference is so negligible, especially in this situation, right? This type of shot, unless it was going to be in a movie or some type of documentary, what have you, and RAW, you'd want to go that route. But for me, this is just me documenting my son. It's a really cool moment. H.265 is the way to go. And throwing it up on the internet, you're not going to know the difference. If I told you all these shots were Red RAW, most of you guys would probably believe it. The pixel peepers would probably be able to decipher it, but most people would be like, well, this camera looks great. Red RAW, awesome. Me included, most likely. So again, in my humble opinion, H.265 is more than usable. It looks freaking great. And the reason why this is a big deal is because of those compression rates. And for this camera, for being $2,100, to have the option to go as high of a bit rate as Red RAW, ProRes RAW, and RAW, all that stuff, to make it look as amazing as you can. But then when you just want to dial things down a bit, go to H.265, still get 10-bit so you retain more information for color grading and all that good stuff. It honestly can't be beat. I'm loving this camera, man. The image out of this thing is insane. Going back to those shots at the pumpkin patch with a grade on it, you can get some really cool images without even trying, honestly. Of course, proper exposure, framing your image, all that's important, making stuff look good. But if you know what you're doing, you're good to go. So if you currently have a ZR and you've been nervous about shooting at H.265, it's all good. You're still going to get a really good image. If you've been on the fence of getting a ZR, I'm not going to tell you where to put your money, what to invest in. But what I can say is, if you're someone like me who is a freelancer and is highly dependent, or it's important to be able to have different types of filming options within your camera, but for it to still be versatile and convenient, I would highly recommend checking this camera out and consider getting it, because you can now, with these codecs, bump up your line of work depending on what the budget is and what you're working on, right? If you know the budget's a little bit smaller, the deliverables aren't as crazy, H.265 it all the way. But if you're shooting more of a professional commercial type thing that's gonna need that higher quality or the best quality possible, you can bump up to either Red RAW and RAW, ProRes RAW, whatever the RAW offerings you want to do. It gives you that versatility to shoot however you want. So yeah, that's it for this video. Sorry if it was a little bit of a ramble, but if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later.